What's going on, guys? I have a table set up here. I've got my bow, got a couple stabilizers, some stabilizer accessories. Yeah, we're going to be talking about stabilizers today. Ramrod was nice enough to send me a couple stabilizers to mess around with, so thank you, Ramrod. That was really cool of you. So this is episode 2 of the Road to Bow season. First episode, I was out at the range shooting my bow, trying to get my new sight dialed in. Today, we're going to take things a little bit further and mess around with these stabilizers and see if we can make an impact on my pin float and all of that, try to make an even more efficient setup. So before that, I'm going to jump behind the table though, and we're going to talk a little bit about stabilizers. All right, guys, we got some stabilizers set up here, some stabilizer accessories. There is a 10-inch and a 12-inch model here. This is the Ramrod Wraith. These come stock with 3 ounces out on the front. It's a carbon bar, and it is filled with aluminum shavings, which actually soaks up vibration incredibly well. So that's what's going on with this stabilizer. What I was running before, I was running a Bee Stinger Micro Hex. It's a 12-inch. I have 6 ounces out on the front. It's been a good stabilizer, but always trying to get better. So I'm excited to mess around with these. First and foremost, like for me, what I'm looking for in a stabilizer, the point of a stabilizer to me, the biggest thing is to reduce the amount of real estate that my pin is covering on target. Okay? And what I mean by that is we naturally have a pin float. Nobody can hold a pin exactly dead still on a target. That's not how things work. We're human, we move, we have a pulse. Okay, but stabilizers can help minimize that movement. So with this natural figure 8 that our pins often have on target, a good stabilizer will help maybe make that pin float go from this to maybe this. You know, that is the big thing with a stabilizer for me, is to put weight low and out forward to help minimize this going on, rocking on the bottom left and right with the bow, and helping to keep my pin on target as steady as possible for as long as I can while I wait for my shot to go off. I'm going to start stock with this. All right, I have 6 ounces here right now, but one of the things that's pretty crazy about this, I'll take this off here. The difference is, one of the biggest difference right off the bat, like holding these side by side, and like, yes, this one has more weight here, but this portion of the stabilizer here feels incredibly lightweight when compared to this one. So because of that, the effects of this stabilizer, it might be a little bit more than this one. I don't know. We're going to go see. So I'm going to start stock with this, leave the 3 ounces here. I've got more weights down here that I can add if I want. The way that I'm going to go about doing that, and the way I've done it in the past, is I'll come to full draw and look at my pin on target, focus, okay? And if my pin is tending to go up out of the dot, okay? And then I have to force it back down. I'm gonna add more weight, and the same goes for the opposite, okay? So besides the main thing that I'm really focusing on with a stabilizer, there's some other things that they do too, obviously. They help soak up vibration, like we talked about the aluminum shavings in there. That's gonna help soak up vibration. But also it helps balance. You know, I mentioned weight low and forward, helping the bow, stopping from rocking back and forth the bottom of the bow, right? A great way to tell if your bow is naturally balanced is to come to full draw, close your eyes, like be comfortable, okay? Don't try to fight left or right with your hand, and just open your eyes and look at your bubble level. If your bubble level is in the middle, cool. That means that your bow is like naturally balanced. Like that's where it's naturally ending up when you come to full draw. You don't have to think about putting your bubble in the center of the bubble level. However, if it's to the left or to the right, something's off a little bit. Something's off balance, okay? So, and stabilizers help mitigate that, help get that bubble in the center. So I'm going to start stock with this. I'm going to shoot with my quiver on because that is how I go hunting. I always try to practice with my quiver on. And we're gonna see what happens. I think in the end, I think we're gonna have a super slick, steady setup. So I'm gonna get this all put together, and then we're gonna head in the backyard and start shooting. You know what really grinds my gears? Is that this archery tool right here, it doesn't have this size on it, which is what you need to get this off. That does not make any sense to me. So disconnect right here, that guy right there. All right, time to go outside and shoot. All right, guys, let's get going here. I'm gonna start stock. First, I'm gonna come to full draw, and I'm just gonna close my eyes and see where that bubble's ending up. Okay, so out of 3 times of me drawing that back, 2 times my bubble level was in the middle when I opened my eyes. So I think we're good like this. Now I'm gonna come to full draw, and I'm gonna watch my pin on target and see what it does. So came to full draw, and my pin was it seemed like it was favoring the upper end. It kept going up out of the dot. I did it a few times just to make sure, and that's what it kept doing. So I'm gonna add another ounce onto the end of this stabilizer and see what that does to the float. All right, so that was really awesome. Super impressed with that stabilizer. The reason being is because, as you could see, it was really windy out there. And I was a little worried about doing this in the wind, but after playing with the weight and adding that more weight down there, my pin was, I mean, it was figure eighting in the dot in that wind, which is, that's pretty impressive to me. So in the end, what I ended up doing, so instead of adding 1 more ounce, I just went ahead and jumped the gun and added 2 more ounces because I wanted to see how it felt. And you know, worst come to worst, it was like, okay, if the pin was really hanging low, then, you know, I would take an ounce away and it would be fine. But I went ahead and did 2 ounces instead of 1. So now there is 4 ounces out here on the stabilizer. Once I did that, the difference in drawing back was pretty dramatic to me. Like when I'm right here and I'm coming back like this, my bow felt like a rock down here. Like I could like barely hold it with my grip hand here, and it was just rock solid, like an anchor coming straight down. So that was really cool. Didn't really feel any of this going on when I was drawing back, which is what I want. With the 2 extra ounces, that makes that 5 ounces, which is 1 ounce less than what I had on my old bee stinger here. But in all honesty, like truly, this feels more stable. This feels like a more stable setup than this did. This was great for me. It worked well. I think this is going to be really good. So far, just in the backyard, 20 yards, it feels way more rock solid than this does. So here's what I'm going to do. I got a scale right here. And so I'm a big backpack hunter, love backpack hunting. Ounces equal pounds, right? We're talking about 1 ounce here. It's not that big of a deal, but what is a big deal to me is by taking away 1 ounce, I gained more efficiency with this one than I was dealing with this one. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna weigh these. I'm gonna put each one of these on the scale, and I want to see what they truly weigh, and if it's only 1 ounce that I'm cutting with that system right there. So let's go. Here's the old bee stinger. We are at 9.6 ounces. Okay, 9.6 ounces for this. Take this off. We're at 8.9 ounces for this. So that's pretty cool, man. Like, it's less weight, but it's more effective than what I had. So, which means that in order for this bee stinger to have as much of an effect as this one did, I would have to add more weight to this, maybe another ounce or two, to get the effect of what this one's doing at a lighter weight. That's pretty cool, man. So that's going to do it. We talked about stabilizers. We dove in. We found a more efficient system than what I had for less weight, which is always nice for me. Just based off of using this in the backyard at 20 yards, I cannot wait to get to the archery range and shoot this thing out to distance, because I think it's going to be shooting. So I really hope you guys enjoy this whole thing. This is my process, man. We're going to go from front to back. This is the road to bow season from now until my first hunt in August. I'm taking you guys along the way, and just trying to be better, you know. So go check these guys out, man. Ramrods, they make some cool stabilizers. If you like the video, please hit thumbs up. You like the channel, please hit subscribe. And until next time, go shoot your bow.